Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back to my channel. This video was actually highly requested actually over the past few videos, because if you have been following me at least for the last few videos since the Sephora haul, you know I picked up a ton of skincare that was a total game changer for my skin. And so I have really been comfortable with doing a minimal routine that doesn't require any foundation. So right now, I'm not wearing any foundation, and I'm about to take you through how I get this look so that you can get the same look as well. Especially now that it's summer, no one's wanting to go out, you know, like on weekends, days off with a full face of makeup. This is minimal, quick, and looks so good. So if you're interested in seeing how I came up with this look with using absolutely no foundation and concealer only in my under eyes, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so the first step in this process that is not going to require any foundation is using the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. This has been such a game changer for me not needing to use foundation, but I will tell you that if you aren't looking to pay this much for a cream, I know this is a very hefty price tag, it is a luxury product, there is a very close dupe that I would consider a good dupe. It's the Tarte Double Duty Beauty First Step Prep Moisture Reset Cream. This is the one that you can purchase through Ulta, and I feel like this one really gets close to the Dewy Skin Cream. But I do prefer the Dewy Skin Cream. However, keep this in mind as an option. This one I think is about $35, and this one is almost twice that. Almost twice that. So I did pick mine up during the sale. So first off, you don't need a lot of this if you are using this. Same thing with the Tarte. They're both very rich. And so you just need to go in with a little bit. I probably go in with a little more than what some people would use, but just dotting this all over my face. My brows, of course, are already done. And I'm just going to put this on. Now, I'm putting this on before I do my eyes so that I allow it time to just kind of set in, just kind of blend in and melt into my skin. I'm trying to think what I want to say. What I love about these creams is that, especially this one, I feel like it gives me that dewy look all day long. The times that I have used this as in place of my foundation, I have found that it gives me that dewy, super moisture look all day. It doesn't wear off or anything like that. So just go ahead and moisturize all of the areas that are kind of dry. Like for me, these areas right here by my nose are always so dry, and it's not like I blow my nose a lot or anything, so I don't know why, but that's pretty much it. And this is a total time saver, because obviously without doing foundation you save so much time. So this done. Now the next thing we're gonna do is the eyes. So I have done this many different ways. I have used no foundation with having done full on eyeshadow, with having done eyeshadow but with a lighter kind of look, and then having done just like an eyeliner. For purposes of today, I am only going to do liner. It's if you use one of the Fenty liners, it's a very summery, bright type of look, and because the skin's already looking really fresh because you don't have the foundation on, you've got like a glowy skin cream, it's going to look even glowier because we're going to add highlight. But I do use eyeliner when I kind of just want to make it pop, like a vivid liner. So this is from the Baywatch set from the Fenty Beauty Summer Collection. It's in the shade Hollapeno, and so it is a very vivid green. Now I'm not going to do all of this on camera, we would be here forever. I'm not going to use tape on my eye, I'm really just going to try and wing it, literally, but I am not the best at doing a wing with these types of wands, so just bear with me a little bit. I'm going to keep us on camera here just for a bit. Let me zoom you in. I'm not going to zoom you in as close as usual, but at least a little bit more so we're not so far away. And I'm just going to literally line my lids, and that's all. These particular liners are getting like super mixed reviews because people are saying, and I feel like I can't talk and do my liner at the same time. I'm trying. People are saying they're very dry and flaky, and I've experienced a little bit of that, but I've noticed that it happens if I layer too much or if I go too goopy. But for the most part, I have not had any issues with these liners. So, and I love the pop that they give. They're very convenient. It's like a quick one step when you want something nice and bright without having to do like a full-on makeup look. Let me go off camera and do the wing, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so we've done the liner. I did the mascara off camera as well. I did the top lashes. We'll come back and do the bottom, but for now, we're gonna go ahead and move on to concealer. Now, while I'm not wearing foundation, I am just going to use the tiniest bit of concealer because I do have those dark under eyes, and obviously that's something that still needs to be corrected, but we're going to use very, very little. Now, the concealer I have been using for this look is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. There is something about this one that's very dewy, very fresh, just very luminous. I don't know how else to describe it. It just gives my skin a very healthy look. For reference, I am in the shade Natural Beige, and we're just gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of this, like literally right here. That's about all I need. I don't go heavy with concealer ever, really, so it's not like, I don't want you to think like, oh, I'm not wearing foundation, but I'm gonna substitute that with like a whole lot of concealer. There's not gonna be much at all. I'm just putting enough to be able to hide my under eye circles. So go in with my little Tarte concealer brush and start buffing that in. And this was the reason that I did not do mascara under my eyes, because I didn't want it to smudge and get all weird. Now this shade for me, like when I'm not wearing foundation, it can look a little bit darker than my skin tone, but once I buff it out, it just looks really, really healthy. So right here where you see the line, I'm gonna kind of buff that in with my finger here in a second, but I'm really just going in and buffing this under my under eye. I kind of have to go in with my pinky because this brush is a little big for that area, so I'm just doing that right there. And then just continuing on. I'm buffing it quite a bit just because I'm trying to melt it into my skin, and I don't want you to be able to see that harsh line. But really, this is all I am doing to cover up. And then right here is where I'll go in just ever so slightly and kind of just blend that into the rest of my skin. Do it, obviously, with clean hands. Now what you can do if you want to, you can go in with just a little bit on your nose, like that, just to kind of give you like a little bit of coverage there if you've got like larger pores, or I have a whole lot of dots. I don't have large pores, but I have small pores that are very visible. You could do that if you wanted. I feel like this concealer allows for that. So I'm now working it into the other side. I already did most of it, but just kind of like buffing it in to the skin like that. And same thing, I do have, like, you can see the line. You see how luminous that is? And you can obviously use whatever concealer you want. I like this one for me because of the look that it gives, but I'm just kind of just blending that out into my skin so that you don't see that harsh line. And that's pretty much it for the concealer. Next up, I'm going to go with the tiniest bit of powder just so that it doesn't crease, so that I can get it to set, but I'm not powdering my whole face. I am literally just going to powder my under eyes. I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. This one has a bit of luminosity, and that's why I am using it, because I don't want to take away from what that concealer gave me as far as like a luminous look. So let me shake some more into here. There we go. And I am, again, going in with the slightest amount. So you see how there's some on my cap on those little peg thingies. I am literally just going to grab, that was too much. I'm going to grab the littlest bit, and so I got a little too much. I'm just going to use the cap and tap some of that off because I don't need, again, I'm not looking for like a foundation cakey type of look. This is supposed to be super, super natural. And quick and easy, and so I am literally, that's it. I'm not going to set anything else. I'm not going to set my nose, nothing. So going in with just a little bit more, and that's even a little too much, just kind of pressing it into the brush and just placing it, again, on my under eyes. Now it's up to you, whether you want to pat, whether you want to go down here, that is completely up to you. I just like to do my under eyes again because this is supposed to be minimal. No, you know, no adding everywhere. So that is it. You can consider this done as far as like foundation. So technically my concealer and my powder were the only makeup products that I put on my face. Everything else is just bare. It's just my skin. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into blush and highlight. So for that, I'm going to be using the Too Faced, what is this called? Fruit Cocktail Blush Duo in Berries and Bubbly. I featured this in a review just last week. It's part of Too Faced's summer extension to the Tutti Frutti lineup. Now, wasn't a huge fan of the ice cream or the triple scoop palette. Just the shade range was not for me. This, however, has been such a game changer as it comes to highlight because it literally has been all I have been using. The highlight in this, if you are my skin tone, it is stunning. I will tell you there's a little bit of glitter in there, so if you are, you know, opposed to that, then be forewarned. Now, it's Berries and Bubbly, and these, ooh, guys, I'm sorry. You know these are scented. This one legit smells like champagne. It smells so, so good. Anyways, I'm just going to take a blush brush and I'm going to go in with the blush side of this. You can use any blush you want. What I have found to be most ideal are those fleshy, rosy type of blushes, just to kind of melt into the skin, give that little just flush of color. Because again, you're not looking to look like you placed all this on. You're looking like you're trying to make this look like this is your skin, that you woke up like this. So just placing a little bit on there, and I'm just going to go in as normal and do my blush. This blush is very, very flush of color. It's very light, and if you want to build it up, you have to go in like 2 or 3 layers if you're wanting to really get that color to show. But for something like this, it's really perfect because it gives you that minimal type of look while still looking like your skin is just really flushed and pretty. So there's that. You know, one thing that stuck with me ever since I watched one of Jaclyn Hill's latest videos is something along the lines of, like, after you've put blush on, if you think you're done, go in with another layer because blush is the first thing to slip off your skin. So ever since then, I've been putting on a little extra. I can't tell if that's really been helping or not, but that's one thing that stayed with me. And I figured I'd take that as like a little tip and go with it. So there is that. Let's go in with one more layer over here. Okay, so we're done with blush. Now it's time for pretty much my favorite part, and that's highlight. So I'm going to go in with the highlight that's in this pan of product. I'm going in with my Anastasia A23, and I'm going to apply this pretty liberally. You guys know that I love to shine like a glazed donut, and this is not going to be any exception. So if you're not huge into being blinding like that, go in with a subtle highlight. There's nothing wrong with that. I just realized there's powder all over this table. So anyways, but I do go in with quite a bit. Just again, this is showing you what I do. Modify it to how it would make you feel most comfortable. But see this glow? This highlight is unreal. Like, I think, I don't know. This is one of those things where I'm like, one of these days I'm going to buy a backup of this because it'll end up being discontinued or something. And this is probably one of the best highlights I have ever used. This is so great. And again, it smells like champagne. It smells so good. So this highlight is what helps give my skin such a beautiful look. It looks super luminous, super healthy. I do go in with some on my nose. Again, this has a little bit of glitter, but this highlight gives you such a wet look. And I am even going to take it onto my forehead like I usually do. And I am going to super glisten today. So this is also, I find, really perfect now for summer months, especially when you're trying to go minimal. You're not trying to layer on the makeup, go outside in the heat and have it like just feel super cakey and melty. And so this gives you that like really bronze look, because you notice I didn't go in with any bronzer today. I haven't really been using bronzer when doing my no makeup look. And the times that I have used bronzer, it has been the Huda, let me tell you which one real quick. It's the Huda Tantour. This thing has been a game changer for me as it comes to bronzer. it is my favorite cream product as far as bronzer. Like, I mean, it's really, really great. So when I do use bronzer when not wearing foundation, that is what I'll use, obviously because it's cream. It makes my skin look extra healthy. So this is, like, I literally went ham with the highlight. So don't feel like you have to do that. This is just me being me. Anyways, so now that we're done with that, we're just gonna put on some lip gloss, lipstick, whatever, and be done. All right, so I am actually gonna do lip gloss today. We have a barbecue to go to here in a little while, and I think this is gonna be perfect. I think I have actually worn this in another video. Several of you complimented it, so I know it's gonna work. And this is the Tarte H2O gloss in the shade Maui. When Sephora had their Memorial Day sale, this is the only thing I picked up on sale. It's the only thing that really stood out to me. I actually had to go to my store to swatch them to see if I wanted one. These were on sale for $9 and change, and considering I had picked a couple up at regular price back when they launched, I figured I was gonna go for this. So this is the perfect popsicle lips type of look, and it goes perfect with this no foundation look as well. So I'm just gonna put this on. Ooh, I have like chocolate or something on my lips. I hope that, oh gosh, that's been there the whole video. Oh well, if you noticed it, I'm sorry. Lip gloss is on, face is done. Super minimal. I'm looking at my table in front of me where usually when I do a get ready with me, it is covered with makeup products, and it is just a few products because this is so minimal, yet it looks like I'm wearing legit foundation. Does it not? I don't know. That's what I think. Maybe y'all think differently, but this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed and found it easy to follow. All right, guys, so that brings us to the end of this video. I sure hope you found it helpful. This is just a portion of what, how can I put this? So this is my routine for creating a no foundation makeup look. But there is, I have to disclose, there is like step one behind the scenes, which is my skincare routine. So actually I am going to, that'll probably be up before this video now that I think of it, but I'm going to film a video in which I show you all of these skincare products that have been so incredibly stellar that have changed my skin. Now, I don't have problematic skin. I don't have like a lot of acne, a lot of texture. And I don't say that to brag, it's just that's my skin type. I'm a pretty normal skin type, but I did, along with everyone else, no skin is perfect, and I have my moments where like I'll go through weeks at a time where my skin's just acting up, it's not wanting to, you know, it's not wanting to work with me, that kind of thing. And ever since I have been doing the skincare routine that I have been doing now, it has been day after day of amazing skin, and it was almost like too good to be true. But at this point I'm like, wow, this skincare that I picked up during the VIB sale just was ridiculously amazing. So that video will go hand in hand with this one, because obviously you can't just use no foundation, you know, all skin types can't do that. But I'm going to be sharing with you the skincare products that have really worked for me to allow me to do this, because I couldn't do this before. And that video will go up before this one. If you have not watched that, I will link it up above so that you can go watch it. But as for this video, I hope you found it easy, helpful, just easy to follow, and I hope it's something that you can replicate at home. Just want you to feel confident in your own skin. I tell y'all before, beauty comes from within. You can be beautiful on the outside, but what really counts is what's inside and what comes from the heart. So I encourage you to be kind and just have a beautiful heart, and that always just overflows onto our exterior. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Hope you'll consider subscribing if you are new to my channel. And before I let you go, I just want to leave you with a short word of encouragement in the form of a verse of the day. It comes from Matthew 16:24, and it says, Jesus said to his disciples, "If anyone would come after me, he must deny himself and take up his cross and follow me." Alright guys, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the very next video. Take care. Bye guys.